Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Jorge Velasquez with a short video on how to help students stay organized during distance learning. The bit.ly link for my presentation is right here, and the bit.ly link for the digital organizer template that I created is right here. These links are case sensitive, so if the W, R, the B, and the Z, they need to be lowercase. These ones need to be capitalized. So let's go ahead and get started. Just a little bit about me. I've been in education for about 24 years. I've worked as an elementary school teacher, principal high school teacher, as well as taught higher education. So basically, the reason I'm making this video and I created a template is that we've been doing online learning for about 3 weeks now, and I've had several of my own high school students contact me and say that they're struggling to keep up with distance learning and online learning, and that they're falling behind, that they're feeling overwhelmed. It's very challenging for them. Also, as a parent, I have two young daughters. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, and my daughter, one of my daughters, is having a hard time also staying organized and having a hard time completing her assignments. So I made this template designed to help students. And so basically, students, I'm going to show you how to keep track of your assignments. Parents, it's going to take a village. It's hard as a parent to juggle your work and to help your children. Trust me, I've experienced that firsthand. And teachers, you can use these templates for your students as well who may be struggling during distance learning. So obviously we're facing a great number of challenges today besides the health, economic, and mental health going on today. All of a sudden teachers have been thrust into a role of online teaching. Many teachers may not have been that familiar with technology, so it's been a difficult transition for them. Students as well, they got thrown into the deep end of online learning all of a sudden, and they may not have had the skills necessary to keep up or the resources at home to help them keep up with their education. And again, as a parent, it's a challenging role to be immediately thrust into a homeschool teacher. Many people are still working from home, and it's tough to do your job at home and also try to help your children, especially if you have several children. And speaking as a parent, I know that what I realize as a parent is sometimes our own children will not listen to us only because we're their parents. We have their teachers and parents of their friends who might say, your child is very well behaved and they're such a sweet kid. And our response is, well, you should see them how they are with us. So I think that dynamic is making homeschool challenging for many people. I love this meme here that says how kids have been learning Common Core math and how they're going to learn it the way we learn math. So I made a short template. I'm going to open it up in a bit. I'm going to tell you the 3 parts of it and how it will work for you. So for my own students in grades 7 through 12, fill in the periods you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the class you have, the teacher you have, and the teacher's email. It's very important that you know the teacher's email. And students, it's very important that you communicate with your teachers. Right now, we've talked a lot about self-advocacy, and right now is the time you need to reach out to them and ask them questions, or if you need help, ask them for help. You have every right to say, hey, things are challenging at home. Can I have 1 or 2 extra days on the assignment? Hey, I missed an assignment last week. Can I still turn that in? You need to advocate for yourself and communicate with your teachers and continue as best as you can with your education. Students in K6, uh, we use this with my daughters, and instead of like high school classes, we broke it up into language arts, social studies, reading, writing, math, art, PE, whatever the different subject matter that has assignments, because that'll help us keep track of what is due, what the assignments are, and when they are due. Again, feel free right here to click on the digital organizer templates. I think it's important to make a daily schedule that you're going to stick to. So for the last 4 years, I was an adjunct online education professor. And what I like about teaching online is that you don't have to have class from 4 to 6 every day. You can have class whenever it works best for you. If you're a night owl, you might do your best work from 9 to 11. If you're a morning person, you might do your best work from 5 to 8. But tell yourself that I'm going to work for a certain amount of time, maybe 4 to 5 hours or whatever it works best for you, or with the required workload, and break it up and say, this is what my schedule is going to be. In addition to having a schedule where you do your schoolwork, it's important that you give yourself time to relax. I'll work for a certain amount of time, maybe 2 hours, and then I'll take a 15-minute or 30-minute break. I'll make time every day to try to exercise for 15, 20 minutes, do some push-ups, jumping jacks, get your muscles moving, and you'll feel better. Spend time online with your family and your friends. Your loved ones miss you. It's important to connect with your loved ones at this time, and so be sure you're talking with them. Again, you can see this schedule, make a schedule that works for you best. The third part of my digital organizer template is making a monthly calendar. I think many students see like on a visual aspect, it helps them stay organized. So write down everything you have to do on your 4-week planning calendar. If you have a Zoom conference, write down the day and time you have a Zoom conference so you know to get ready beforehand. Make sure your technology is working. Make sure if you have to be on camera, you've gotten ready and you're not in your pajamas. If you have a big project and you have 1 week to do it, write down the due date. Let's say you have something due on the 13th of April. Now, I know many students, they might not start on that project until Sunday night at 10 o'clock. I'm not a big fan of procrastinating. How I work best, if I have a large project due on the 13th and it might take me 2 to 3 hours to do, I'll tell myself, break up that project into smaller chunks. 30 minutes on Tuesday, 30 minutes on Wednesday, 30 minutes on Thursday, 30 minutes on Friday. If you break up that chunk, it will be more manageable as opposed to if you try to do it in one sitting, you'll be overwhelmed and stressed out by it, and it'll be harder for you to complete that assignment. If something's important, color code it in red. Now, I like to stay organized, and it makes me happy when I have something that I've completed, a large task. I like to cross it off, what's called strike through, or I'll change the color to let me know that it's finished. Red is an assignment I have to do. Green, I'll highlight it that I finished it. Share this calendar with your parents or teachers. Like I said, I made this calendar. My own children are using this calendar that I made. My daughter was having a hard time keeping track of what was due in language arts, what was due in grammar, what was due in reading. So we wrote down what she had to do, and she shared this document with me. And so while I'm working, I could click on the document and I can see what she's working on and when is it due. And it helps. It's easier for me to say work on this specific assignment. Also, when you post an assignment, link the name of the assignment to the actual assignment. So as a parent, as a student, if you see you're going to work on, say, work on social studies project, highlight that, link it to your project. That way the student and parent can click on it and they can both see the progress on that assignment. All right, I'll show you how the template works. This is a digital organizer template. Again, at the very beginning, we write down our classes, teachers' contact information, assignments that are coming up, and due dates. Write that down right here. If you have any missing assignments you want to make up, write those right here. Make a daily schedule. Again, find one that works best for you. Here's the 4-week planning calendar. All right, so when you get this document, you'll receive the link. And the link again is right here. Here's the link. You won't be able to edit it. What you have to do is you do File and you do Make a Copy. And once you do File, Make a Copy, title it your last name, and then you're able to edit it. And again, share it with your teacher or with your parents. So I want to show you an example of my daughter's one. We broke up her work into the different categories that she has. Again, my daughter's teacher is doing an absolutely amazing job, but for me as a parent, it was hard to see what assignments were due in what time period and what subject. So this is going to help all of us stay organized. And then my daughter and I sat together and we came up on an agreement on a schedule that works for her as well. So this is really helpful for me because it helped me see what assignments she had to do. She had to do 4 assignments. We are actually on spring break this week. We decided to break them up into Thursday, do half on Thursday, do half on Friday. And when she was finished, today she was working on her OWL questions. When she finished this, her and I, we striked it through to let us both know that it was finished. Now on my daughter's Chromebook, the shortcut for striking through an assignment is Alt-Shift-5. on my MacBook, it's Command-Shift-X to strike something through. But this is really cool for 7 through 12 students. If you click on this and to make it a link, so let's see this, let's say this journal entry was an assignment. To make it in a link, you highlight it, you click this little, looks like a little paper clip, and then you put the link, you cut and paste the link right here. That way it will become a live link. Now, I was really excited about this, but what I saw was that my daughter's, because she is a minor and the district's protocols, they won't let me see the document. She basically can't share a document with me, which actually I think it's really good security. But ideally, it'd be great if I could see her documents, but I respect the district security for me not being able to see that. That makes sense. Okay, well, I think that's about it. Good luck with the digital organization. I look forward to helping people be organized. I hope this was helpful. I do want to end with a quote from Winston Churchill after the Battle of Britain, in which the Royal Air Force held off the Nazi Luftwaffe. Winston Churchill famously said, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few," meaning that the whole country of Britain was indebted to the RAF pilots who fought so bravely. And I want to give a shout out today to the doctors, nurses, grocery store workers, law enforcement, firefighters, truck drivers, farmers, parents, everyone who's doing so much right now to help keep our country going and keeping people safe at a challenging time in our history. If you have any questions or any comments, send me an email. Good luck to you. Thanks, everyone. Take care and be safe.